What is up everybody, it's your boy Cameron Bash here and welcome back to the Movement channel, where today we're coming at you guys with another WWE 2K22 video, and in this one we're going to be taking a look at a variety of create modes and discussing whether or not these modes are going to make the cut and be in WWE 2K22 at launch. Now, we've been reading all of your guys' comments on our videos and on Twitter, and a lot of you have been talking about the different create modes that you want to see in WWE 2K22. Some of these modes are going to be a bit more far-fetched than others, but we're going to break each one of them down and see which ones we think could be in the game. So for each one of these create modes, we're going to rank them on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being very highly likely that the mode will be in the game, and number 1 being very unlikely to be in the game. And to kick us off, we have a comment from Ballroom Dancer, where they say, "I wonder would there be custom championship mode?" The custom championship mode, otherwise known as Creator Championship, has come and gone from the WWE Games franchise over the years. It was in some of the earlier SmackDown vs Raw titles in a very limited format, got taken away for a few years, came back in WWE 13 in another limited format, and then from WWE 2K15 onwards, the mode has continued to grow and get better, allowing users to create all different kinds of beautiful custom titles. However, despite this mode being a fan favourite, it wasn't mentioned in the recent hit list trailer that was released, and to be honest, that's to be expected. When we don't have this mode, we beg and scream for it, and when we do have it, no one ever talks about it. It's that silence that could make 2K think, okay, people don't care about this mode, but I think that silence comes from a place of being content with the mode, not because people don't care about it. It's become a staple of the series, right alongside things like Create a Wrestler and Create a Moveset, so it would be really unexpected for 2K to just take this away, which is why we're giving this one a solid 4 out of 5, because we think it's extremely likely that this mode comes back for WWE 2K22. The next comment comes from user EVL, and they say, "I so badly want Create a Story back. It came in second on the poll of things players want back in the game, so I really hope 2K doesn't pull all their eggs in one basket, that basket being GM mode." So, Create a Story. As you'll know if you're familiar with what we do around here, this is a mode that is very near and dear to our hearts, as the scenes provided by this mode go a long way in making our custom core shows come to life in a much grander way than we could ever do so without them. Create a Story was a fleeting mode, first being introduced in SmackDown vs Raw 2011, and then disappearing a few short years later, with WWE 2K14 being the last game that had it. It was difficult for a few years there as a show producer, as without Create a Story, we didn't have access to any cutscenes to bring our stories and characters to life. Fast forward a few more years to WWE 2K17, 2K didn't bring back Create a Story. However, something they did do was include a number of scenes within Create a Video, which allowed us to finally bring that extra bit of life back to our shows. Now, don't get us wrong, the offering that Create a Video had here, while it was definitely appreciated, it in no way lived up to what we had had previously with Create a Story. Not only did Create a Story give people like us the tools to make our own shows better, but it also gave the community as a whole the ability to create their own stories without the need of any fancy recording equipment or editing software. In today's landscape of YouTube and Twitch, Create a Story would thrive immensely, not only being used by our wrestling community, but being used by so many other communities as well. It would take the game and its audience to whole new levels if delivered in the right way. But honestly, we don't think 2K sees this in the same way that we all do. EVL was right. Create a Story was the second overall thing requested for WWE 2K22, but despite that, we've not heard anything about it, and after seeing what was shown in the hit list trailer, if Create a Story was going to be in this game, it very likely would have been shown off in that trailer. While we really hope that Create a Story does come back around to the WWE 2K franchise one day, we think it's unlikely that it will make the cut for 2K22, and that is why we're giving it a 2 out of 5. The next comment comes from Devin Dixon in response to our last WWE 2K22 video, and he says, "That part with Drew is not a custom arena, it's just switched between SmackDown to NXT's arena." Devin makes a good point here, and it's one we considered before making that point in our video, but after seeing how these parts of the arena line up in the images you see on screen now, that's what makes us believe that this is a custom arena as opposed to two different ones. Either way, only time will tell whether or not these extra arena parts are in the game, but it does pose the question, if this isn't a custom arena, is Create an Arena going to be in the game at all? This mode, like many others in the franchise, has become a staple for what the Creation Suite needs to offer at a baseline. There are a few important things that make up watching a wrestling show, and one of those things is a changing of the arena, whether it be to update a show now and again, or because you're watching a completely different show altogether, such as a pay-per-view. The addition of Create an Arena took the franchise to the next level and truly allowed each and every player to have as custom of an experience as possible, and the removal of this feature would be felt by all players. For that reason, we think it's almost close to impossible that this mode would be removed, and that's why we're giving it a perfect 5 out of 5. And our last comment for today comes from the user I Am Davis Gaming, and they say, "If Create a Finisher not up there, then is sucks." While we can't really agree with the sentiment that the game completely sucks if one mode doesn't make the cut, it does certainly bring up an interesting conversation of whether or not this mode is going to make it into the game or not. Create a Finisher was a cult classic within WWE Games, allowing you to create some wacky and wild stuff, both from the front-facing position and in future years, even from the top rope. It certainly had its pros and cons, as on top of some people making some cool and creative things, it was also used to make some really strange stuff, and in some cases, some moves that would even glitch out the game, causing your opponent to freeze. The last time this mode saw the light of day was in WWE 2K14, right before the franchise moved over to a more realistic style of things, and it's that point right there that makes the future of Create a Finisher an uncertain one. This mode, at its core, completely goes against realism, as hardly anything creative with this mode looked like it belonged on actual WWE TV, and with everything we've seen so far about WWE 2K22, things are not only continuing down the road of realism, but also the road taken by many other mainstream games, as we see fan favourite modes like My GM coming back, along with stuff like My Faction, which takes on a My Team sort of role from NBA. With all that being said, we think this is one of the most unlikely modes to return to the game at this moment in the franchise life, so we're giving this one a 1 out of 5. And with that guys, that's gonna do it for this video. We may do another video like this in the future, so if you'd like to be featured in that one, be sure to leave a comment down below telling us, what feature do you hope is in WWE 2K22 more than any? It could be a create mode, it could be a match type, it could be a game mechanic, it can be anything you like, and we want to hear about it in those comments down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe for more WWE 2K22 content. Thanks very much for watching this video, and we'll see you soon for another one.